the development of an online database for Macropk event. And first, what do we in my Macropk? So happily, I'm the last today, so many people have already talked about that. As Simon and Damin Yin, we talk about Macropk. So just to say that I'm looking about psychokinesis in the broad definitions. So it's really consciousness, mind, matter interactions globally. And we are focused on Macropk, so events that are detectable through your sense directly. So the idea of the project is to consolidate data about all these kind of events. So you have the events like spontaneous case, like poltergeist. Like for example, here it's furniture upside down in a work Watripon in Belgium. You have events like the one we were able to see with mediumships, so physical mediumships, like here Eusapia Palladino, which was levitating a table. And we have also mystical events, and I'm in line with the presentation address of Everton 2 days ago. We say that it was good to integrate a religious effect in the global picture. So, for example, if there is like levitation of Joseph Cupertino, and then we include in the database the researchers, so people who have worked in the field, like William Crookes, for example, and also the experiments which have been done in a laboratory, like the one with Jean-Pierre Girard, who was bending metal in a steel tube glass. So how do we constitute the database? We work with data collections coming from very early. So we can talk about Pulse in Germany, Flammarion in France, Cox in UK, Bozzano in Italy. So some people talk about Fanny Moser, it was Ebrard, early in the convention. And then we move on the quantitative studies, which was done by like people like Zohar, Rohr, and also the study of Human and Shriver in Germany, and Gall and Cornell in UK, and Massimo Gondi and Giulio Caratelli in Italy, with more than 200 cases. And globally, there is more recent studies, which are more qualitative and focused on some specifics. So, for example, there was the South Shield case study by Whitson, which was a whole book. There is some work with Healy and Cropper about specific geographics like Australia, where there is more than 50 cases in Australia. And so the source characteristics mainly is what it was article or printed book or newspaper extract. So many papers, so we have to digitalize and in order to make a database. Most cases are multiple sources, so people can see the case and see that there was different direction and they can have different feedback about the same case. We exclude the cases which are more subjective or who are more connected to typically a legend. And we try to define the methodology of each case with 93 parameters. So, for example, is there fire ignition, is there water puddle, is there movement of object, is there apparition, and so forth. We have physical effects, but we take into account also subjective effects like apparition, noise, etc. And we try to grade the case by evaluating the level of testimony and the level of detail. And with that in place, we have a global database of 1,300 cases. And I will switch directly if I success on the, okay. That's not good. Let me check this. Yeah, that I'm looking on the website. I didn't find it. So I'm coming back. All right. No. There is right. Okay. So I am not on the. My mouse is not on it. So, okay. I have not the same image on my screen. Surprising. Okay. That's why I have not the screen here. That's a shame. Okay. So the website, you can find, first you have to use your language. So there is 5 languages. So I can use English, sure. And then you have the poltergeist items, physical mediumships, mystics. Ah, yeah. The microphone is not? Okay. It's complicated. No, it's okay. It's okay? Ah, perfect. It's better. Okay, so I will put like that. I will just see it easier. Okay. So if we look to physical mediumship, mystics, experimentation, when there is a database of the searchers, and finally theory, we will fill that after. Poltergeist, if you go to the phenomenology, you can have a quick summary. So it directly calculates from the database with the percentage of occurrence of type of events against the whole database. And so, for example, I think that 2 days ago, the Italian team talked about smell and odors. And you can see that in the database, we have 3% of the case with this kind of events. So it's about 40 cases. And so you have graded directly on all the kind of events you can find. Then you can make some search in the system. So you can make some simple search. So you just take your country, for example, or historical period, and you can find the case corresponding. Or you can go on a text search. You want to look at a specific name of a people or name of a town. And you have the multi-criteria search. So you can select a period. You can select testimonial level. You can select a specific item. For example, we saw odor or smell. You can say I want to see only the site with smell, or apparitions, or apports, materialization, etc. And then you have, sorry, but I have a very quick time, so I'm not able to make the full demo. But you have to go directly on the macropk.org. You can do that on your smartphone, tablet, PC, and you can do all what I'm doing. So explanation, statistical graph. So you can make some statistics on number of cases by period, by country, by a duration of case. Wow, 2 minutes. Wow. Okay. You can do that also on the components. So you say is there apparition very early in the period, or maybe in modern case. So you can see directly the period. And so maybe we can go directly to so you have at least a demo. So I will take, so this is the old case. Okay, so you have the whole case graphics. So and you can make a zoom on a certain part. Okay, so you can lead directly different case. Okay, and then if you want to make a specific search, you can, for example, say, I want to see only the case in 1900. Okay, so that's shift. Okay, so since 1900, and you want to say, I want to see, for example, the case where there is also some kind of haunting. So, for example, apparitions. So you just click the events you want to see. And then you launch a search. And so now you have only the case since 1900. Okay, with apparition. And so, for example, if I click on this one, Germany. So this is a case which happened in 2016, duration of 48 months. And if I want to make some more detail, I can see that it's a case in the Gerard Meyer books, n=1, and you have the page, and it was also a study by IGPP. And here you have the full characteristics. So if you look to this, you have the detail of all the events, what happened in this case. For example, you can see that there is floods, electrical equipment, opening, closing doors, bell, etc. So with this, you have a clear phenomenology of the case. And then you have a sum up, you can have in English or in French, depends the country which is coming, about the case. So now I will try to come back to my, if I follow the rules, yeah, maybe. That's not so good, but we'll try it, okay. Normally there is another slide before, yeah, okay. So the next for the site is we have open collaboration. So we are working with Paul Cropper about 2,000 more cases coming from global reach, so Asia, South America, and Africa. And we will enlarge so the global database, and we develop more the psychic part. Currently, we have 130 psychic agents, but we will develop more in number and also in the content. And we fill also the experiment part. So that's important for the people to know what has been done in this field and which results have been done. And finally, we'll move to the theory. So when we have all the facts, we move to the theory. Okay, so thank you for your attention. If you have more information, you can subscribe to and participate to the site. So feel free to go there. You have a detailed paper available also about the phenomenology of poltergeist, which was done using more than 100 cases with extract. We explain each kind of event which can happen and with example. And so if you have any things, you can contact me directly. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. So we have around 3 minutes for questions, so maybe 2. Any questions up there?